I want you to look at this plate. It was a beautiful plate. It was handmade in Italy. My wife bought it on our honeymoon. 5 minutes ago, I dropped it. Now look at me. I am saying sorry to the plate. I'm sorry, plate. I didn't mean to drop you. Please go back to being a plate. I promise I won't drop you again. I love you, plate. Does the plate care? No. Is the plate fixed? No. The plate is broken. It will always be broken. Even if I glue it back together, the cracks will show. It will never hold water again. This is the lesson I learned too late. Sorry does not fix a broken soul. Sorry is a bandage. But anger is a bullet, and once the bullet leaves the gun, you cannot call it back. You cannot catch it in midair and say, wait, I didn't mean it. It hits the target. It destroys the tissue. The damage is done. I want to talk to you about the most expensive thing I ever owned. It wasn't my house. It wasn't my car. It was my anger. My anger cost me my wife. It cost me my daughter. It cost me my legacy. I was a yeller. Maybe you know someone like me. Maybe you are like me. I didn't hit people. I wasn't violent. But I was loud. I was explosive. I had a short fuse. If the traffic was bad, I screamed. If the dinner was cold, I slammed the fork down. If my daughter Sarah got a C on her report card, I lectured her until she cried. I told myself, this is just how I am. I'm passionate. I'm Italian. I have high standards. I told myself, they know I love them. I'm just venting. I blow up and then I'm fine. And that was true. I was fine. 5 minutes after screaming, I would go watch TV and eat ice cream. I felt better. I had released the pressure. But my family, they weren't fine. They were walking on eggshells. They were living in a minefield, never knowing where the next step would blow up. I was fine, but I was leaving a trail of radioactive waste in my own living room. The night I lost everything started over something stupid. It always starts over something stupid. It was a Tuesday, 1998. I had a bad day at work. My boss had humiliated me. I felt small. I felt powerless. I came home carrying that poison in my chest. I walked through the door, looking for a fight. I wanted a fight. I needed to release the poison. Sarah was 16. She was sitting on the couch, talking on the phone. She was laughing. That laughter triggered me. Why was she happy when I was miserable? Get off the phone, I yelled. Did you do your homework? She looked at me startled. Yes, Dad. I'm just talking to Jenny. I don't care about Jenny. You waste your life on that phone. You're going to fail out of school. You're lazy. The poison was pouring out now. It felt good to release it. It felt powerful. My wife, Martha, came in from the kitchen. Thomas, stop it, she said. You're scaring her. Stop it? I turned on Martha. You're the problem. You coddle her. You make her soft. This whole house is a mess because of you. The volume went up. The veins in my neck stood out. I was 6 feet tall. I was loud. I was a monster. Martha stood her ground. Thomas, if you don't lower your voice, we are leaving. And then I said the words. The 10-second sentence that cost me the next 20 years. I looked at my wife, the woman who had borne my children, the woman who had nursed me when I was sick, and I screamed, then leave, get the hell out. I don't need you. I make the money. I own this house. You are nothing without me. Silence. Total, absolute silence. The kind of silence that rings in your ears. Martha didn't yell back. She looked at me, and for the first time, I didn't see fear in her eyes. I saw pity. She looked at me like I was a sick dog that needed to be put down. Okay, Thomas, she whispered. Okay. She went upstairs. She packed a bag. Sarah packed a bag. They walked past me in the hallway. I didn't stop them. My pride was too big. My ego was blocking the door. They'll be back, I told myself. They need me. They'll be back in an hour. They didn't come back. They went to her sister's house. Then they got an apartment. Then the divorce papers came. Sarah refused to see me. She invited me to her high school graduation, but she didn't look at me from the stage. She got married 5 years later. I wasn't invited to walk her down the aisle. Her uncle did it. I sat in the back pew of the church, watching another man hold my daughter's arm, and I realized I paid for that anger with my life. I see you. I see you sitting in traffic, pounding the steering wheel. I see you rolling your eyes at your husband. I see you snapping at your kids because you are tired. You think it doesn't matter. You think, I can always apologize later. I can always buy them a gift. They know I didn't mean it. Let me tell you the truth about the human brain. The human brain is wired to remember danger. It is an evolutionary survival mechanism. If a tiger attacks you, you remember the tiger forever so you can avoid it. When you scream at your child, you are the tiger. Their brain records that moment in high-definition video. Dad is dangerous. Stay away. Mom is unstable. Hide your feelings. You can apologize. You can say I'm sorry 1,000 times, but you cannot delete the recording. The tiger is always there, lurking in the background of their childhood. There is a story about a boy who had a bad temper. His father gave him a bag of nails and told him that every time he lost his temper, he must hammer a nail into the back of the fence. The first day, the boy hammered 37 nails. Over the next few weeks, as he learned to control his anger, the number of nails dwindled down. Finally, the day came when the boy didn't lose his temper at all. He told his father. The father suggested that the boy now pull out one nail for each day that he was able to hold his temper. The days passed, and the young boy was finally able to tell his father that all the nails were gone. The father took his son by the hand and led him to the fence. He said, "You have done well, my son, but look at the holes in the fence. The fence will never be the same. When you say things in anger, they leave a scar just like this one. You can put a knife in a man and draw it out. It won't matter how many times you say I'm sorry. The wound is still there. I am living with a fence full of holes. My house is quiet now. Very quiet. I have control over the remote. I have control over the thermostat. I have peace, but it is the peace of a graveyard. If you have a temper, if you are carrying poison in your chest, get it out. Go for a run. Punch a pillow. Scream in your car. Go to therapy. Do whatever you have to do. But do not vomit that poison onto the people you love. Because one day, you will say the one thing you can't take back. You will cross a line that cannot be uncrossed. And you will find yourself sitting at a table with a broken plate and a tube of glue, realizing that some things, once broken, stay broken forever. Count to 10, walk away, shut your mouth, swallow your pride, because the cost of silence is 0, but the cost of anger, it might be everything you have.